Rituals. I think we all have them, or at least most of us have them. Some ritual we do to help us connect with people in spirit. I currently, so I'll just tell you, currently I do have one. Currently what I do is if I know I'm going to do a reading at some point in the day, I'm deliberately positive in my thoughts all day long, as much as I can be, because I've found the more positive I am, the better my readings go. And then just before I actually sign on to a Zoom call with someone, I will sing something that's upbeat, and or because that kind of raises my energy, and or I will watch something funny, something that makes me spontaneously laugh. Outtakes from comedy shows is often what I'll watch just before logging in. And that works really well for me. But I do want to say it doesn't matter what the ritual is, and they're not necessary, they're just helpful. I know from my own experience and talking with others that they evolve over time. So you don't have to keep the same one all the time. And you don't have to have one at all. So I used to, when I very first started doing this, I would do like a 20-minute meditation. It was kind of involved, not necessary anymore. Don't know that ever, I'm not sure it ever was, necessary. For a while, I would imagine expanding my chakras. For a while, I talked out loud to them. I'd say, okay, we're sitting down to do this now. But I would do that out loud. Something that was really helpful in the beginning was reviewing past readings that had gone well. I keep notes on all the readings that I do, and the ones that went really well, I'd kind of highlight them so I could go to them, and it was just like a confidence building thing to demonstrate to myself, I can do this and I can do this really well. So that was really helpful. I know various people do, if they don't sing, they will listen to upbeat music. I've talked about expanding chakras, doing a meditation. Some people will just do a short prayer. Some people wear particular clothing or a particular piece of jewelry. What I want to say about rituals is there's nothing wrong with them, but don't get caught up in anything elaborate. For me personally, that 20-minute meditation thing was kind of elaborate. That was kind of a long time to carve out of my day before doing an hour reading or whatever it was for somebody. And I do want to stress that rituals are not absolutely necessary. They're almost always helpful, but they're not necessary. So I had a friend, I was on a Zoom call with a friend who knew I was a medium. We weren't talking about that subject at all. And out of the blue, she said, oh, I wanted to ask you, my neighbor died yesterday, and I wanted to see if you could pick up on anything. And I said, oh, you know what, that would be a good exercise for me, because I usually do this thing where I'll sing first or I'll watch comedy or whatever. So just switching is, that's a good exercise. And I have said in videos, and I really believe this, that it's kind of like if you look at a TV or a monitor, and you can either see what's being displayed on it, or you can put your attention on that, or you can see a reflection of like a window or a mirror or a window or a lamp or something in the background, and you have to put your attention on one or the other. And so I just, switched my attention and went in cold. And it was a good reading. It wasn't great. It wasn't one of my best, but it was decent. So they're not necessary. A friend of mine, so that's, I guess, the point of this video. Rituals are not a necessary thing, but they can be really helpful. My friend Michael Mayo, who's a really good medium, says, just do it, like breathing. Don't try to be good. He might have gotten that from Eileen Davies. I know he's a really big Eileen Davies fan, but that's the attitude that I try to sit down, whatever I've done or not, is just do it, like breathing. I also want to say it might be helpful, because I found doing that exercise where I just switched, where my friend kind of caught me by surprise, and I switched my attention to people in spirit. Try, if you're doing practice circles, try doing that on purpose, which is not the same thing as coming to it so late that you didn't have time to do whatever you normally do. That's a different mindset. I mean, try deliberately going in and not doing anything until you actually sit down to do the reading, and see how that goes, see how that works. Because you may get caught off guard, or you may not have the time. If you want to do, or if you ever end up doing public demonstrations, things may not go as planned. So it's helpful not to depend or rely heavily on these rituals, even though they are helpful. Next week, I want to talk about people in spirit are, in my experience and in my opinion, they're dynamically intelligent. They don't remain static after they pass. They continue to grow and change. They continue to form memories. And they've gotten me to say, and they've gotten other mediums who did readings for me to say really specific, interesting things that the medium didn't understand, but that the recipient did. So I want to talk about how spirit is intelligent, but that's next week. Until then, thank you for watching, and leave your questions or comments below. Thank you.